Yes, Akash, I can hear you. Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. Yes, Akash. So, how did you process the result?
My result was very bad,
Hmm?
actually.
Hmm?
Group 2, I've done well, but DT and IDT, DT, I lost with 2 marks.
Hmm?
38 I got.
Hmm?
And IDT, actually, I was trying for an exemption, sir. My articleship also I'm doing from IDT.
Hmm? Hmm?
So I tried for an exemption, but I scored only 33 in
Right.
that.
Right.
And SEMP I scored well 48, and I got an exemption in elective.
Right. The way I understood it is you got 180 in group 2 and 120 in group 1, right? So that's a distribution roughly here and there.
Correct, correct.
So when you had to take that call of adding group 1, how did you decide to go for both groups? Because normally there are certain milestones where we look at clearing one group, which is called the primary group and secondary group, the concept of how it works. So very clear that you're going to clear group 2, very sure that are you going to clear group 2? Is that the point at which you're able to pick up group 1? How did you arrive at the decision?
My primary group was group 2 only, sir,
Mm,
because group 2, my SEMP and DT, I was very weak. So that
mm,
is the reason why even when Srinath sir has asked, I asked for, support for group 2.
mm,
And the group 1, I have studied by myself. But
mm.
what I realized is, I think so, FR and SFM, because of concentrating more on group 2, I didn't practice that well.
Practice. Right. Mm, mm,
So majorly, I mean, in group 1 also, audit, I scored 34.
mm,
But SFM and FR, I stopped at 23.
mm. Right. Now, how are you placed in life? Like, how is your next 6 months looking like? Are you working still, or how much time do you have? And
Basically, my articleship is till April.
mm,
So right now I'm going to office, but I asked them leave from next week so that I told them that I'll come back again after my exams.
okay,
So mostly like I asked them today for the last day, but I don't think so. I can close all the works today.
yeah.
Maybe that can extend to next week.
Mm,
So maybe from 20th I'll be like full-time student with
perfect.
4 months leave
Mm,
till the
mm,
exam date.
mm,
So that's what like I should go back. I told them that even though like is my last, but I'll
mm.
still come and serve for the remaining period.
Right. Agasha, where are you from?
I'm from Hyderabad.
Oh, that's great. Where do you stay?
I stay near Sun City, this Narsing, near Narsing and Kokapet circle.
Okay. All right. So we'll catch up once at Hyderabad. But before that, let's understand it this way. I'll be sharing a mark sheet on the screen, and that explains a lot of things, right? You're able to see this?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Uh, your work of 4 to 5 months is equal to 300 marks. This is already here. You're able to see this,
Correct.
right? So it's like money. Marks is equal to money. Now the point is, when you have X amount of marks, how do you strategically redistribute? Now there are certain number of students who decide that okay, I can score 300, not 400. In that case, let me invest all of that into one group where this would have been 230, 240.
Okay.
So imagine a scenario where you sat for only one group, then the chances of this becoming 230, 240 is high, right? As compared to this mark sheet. If you write only one group, had you written only one group,
Correct. Correct.
right? Now, having said that, this is not a very bad call because you had reasons to do this. Because one, when you say that you're already working in IDT, you would not expect this to happen in IDT, right? I think your number should be on the higher side of 50.
Correct. Correct.
So when you actually took the decision, it's not a bad decision. I'm still saying. Now it's not like it should have been a very different decision, because the way I'm saying it, if you have scored 50 in IDT, if you have scored 50 in IDT, you would have got those grace marks in DT.
Correct.
So you did not fail because of DT, you failed because of IDT.
Yes.
And when you talk about IDT, IDT is something which you couldn't see failure coming because you are very confident and because you're already working in that.
Correct.
The problem is
And
it's based on assumption. Now, somebody says I'll get 55 and then you'll end up getting 33. There's a serious issue here because we need to know what actually happened, because it's not a normal thing to think through. At least in FR, let's say somebody thinks 50, they get 35. There is a good chance that there is one particular problem, a 20 mark problem, which would have happened in a particular way. It goes in a different direction. Then yes, FR I can reasonably understand. But something like IDT, it's broken into X amount of parts. It's not like it can't be so vague and random that somebody expects more than 55 and then it's in the 33 list. So we definitely have to look into why this has happened. So one thing is, I strongly recommend you to apply for that
yes, yes.
RTI papers.
I
Yeah.
applied, sir. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
all the papers I have applied just to know like where I have done the mistake.
Yes.
And another mistake, IDT, after writing all the papers, after DT, I fell sick, sir. So in 1.5 day, I could not give
Okay,
much.
I understand. That could be a reason. Yes, that last one day impact is very severe. Yes, this is one more reason. I understand.
So like, I even when Ujwala, when she was mentoring me, so I have done well for the 10 days strategy and all. But I think so that one day impact has gone wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Because
mean, my body was not at all supporting after writing 7 papers.
totally understandable. So this is actually making sense because yesterday Aryan gave me the exact opposite response of how he was able to get, I believe, 59 in IDT. Let me see if I can share his case study. You're able to see the screen? I'm resharing it.
Yes, yes.
Now let's try to understand the difference between this mark sheet and his mark sheet and your mark sheet. Yeah. So this is what has happened. He said because of the last 1.5 days, he was able to score 59 IDT. This is the exact thing which I said. Because of the index mapping, especially, he was able to recollect everything, he was able to dump. So this is the kind of difference. Now your mark sheet should have been something like this. If you scored 59 IDT, or let's say 55 in IDT, this is the kind of mark sheet which you have got.
Correct.
But I'm still not sure if that 1.5 day where you fell sick would have reduced 20 marks. Normally 10, 12 marks can happen. More than that, you have to tell me, because I can't. Because what happens is, Akarsha, when you're not able to revise something at a particular level, especially with your background, even when I work with EY, I want a sense of perfection. Like when a particular plan is decided, when you decided to execute it, I don't like anything going wrong. Like slight deviation here and there, even with the client working papers, I don't like it. Like it's hard for us to process a slight deviation. So that way, when you see that, when you plan something for 20 hours and then your body and mind are not cooperating, you'll go into a state of restlessness or panic mode where you would not be able to do it normally. So 55 has collapsed to 33 instead of 45. For some normal person, okay, I'm not able to revise for 20 hours. Probably I would have revised for 10 to 12 hours and let me get 45 instead. So I'm not very surprised if that would have happened also in your case, because when plans go haywire, we're not used to process that in the Aam Aadmi sense in a way. So this is the mark sheet
Correct.
which we
Correct.
should be looking
Like
at.
yeah, correct. That is not the reason, but I think so. If I look at the certified copies, I'll exactly know like where did I went wrong. Not only that 1.5 days, but maybe in the mark sheet as well, somewhere
Yes.
or the other, I missed to write something or maybe
Yes.
the allotting of marks. If I look into that, then maybe I'll get more clarity of where did I go wrong.
Because the maximum difference is 10 to 12 marks, Akash. So no matter what you say, it can't be more than 10 to 12 marks. So that is exactly what we're looking at. The difference could be only that. So you should look at it from that perspective. And this mark sheet, in this mark sheet, this is the gap. This is clearly gap. I think you saw that significant difference. There is 80 mark gap here. This has to be bridged. Now
Yes.
moving into the future about what has to happen and all of that, it is reasonably simple. You already have those numbers. Like when you have those numbers of 300, how do we redistribute it? Because when I was talking to Aryan, he was like, I don't want to waste my energy trying to score 55 in FR. So let me focus on only one number, which is the total number. So how do you get the total of 408 or 400 plus? That's it. So we are looking at a total of 300. How do we get those 300? Now for us to get those 300, it's very simple. Where are the gaps and what exactly has to happen next apart from what has already happened? So that way, the moment you said, I was thinking, okay, if you're working probably one group or both groups, I was thinking the moment you said you're going studying full time, both groups is the only option. Like it's not even a thought, right, for both of us.
Yes, like I have an exemption in 60,
Yes,
so I
yes,
have
yes. It's
DT and
almost like writing a
IDT.
group. In a way, it's almost like writing one
Yeah.
group because earlier you
Yeah.
used to write 4 papers, it's like 5 papers. So this
Yeah.
time the exhaustion also would not kick in because you have only 5 papers.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Now, let's do a small exercise which will enhance your clarity. I'm just sharing this. So can you tell me the score? Can you tell me the specific course?
21.
Mm. 21.
23.
Mm.
33.
Mm.
Acha, law also. 1 second. Law 40.
Okay.
SCM 48.
Mm.
Elective 60.
Mm.
DT 38.
Mm.
IDT 33.
IDT
33.
33. Okay. Now let's start from here. IDT, what could be a practical score? Now that you have scored 33, don't know why. You'll understand it. So it could have been 45 maybe, like without that sick day, it could have been 45. So what could be a realistic target for me?
May I would target 60, sir, pakka.
Okay, cool.
Maybe
Okay,
55. Maybe 55 you can.
okay, cool. Hmm. For DT,
DT 45.
okay. So group two, if you notice, there is 160, you're talking about 45, and you're looking at 160. Can this be done? Because you already have 60. You only have to get 100 in group two.
Yes,
Doable.
yes.
And you already have 70.
Correct.
So this can be doable for sure, right? No, without any doubt.
Yes, yes.
Okay, fair enough. Now let's start with group one, FR.
FR 40.
Okay, let me make it 42. Next, SFM.
SFM 50.
When the scores are in the same range, why is the output score very different? Like, what makes you think you can score 10 marks more in FR as compared to SFM as compared to FR?
Little bit comfortable with SFM.
Okay, okay.
But I'm not targeting 60 because there's a change in the syllabus,
Syllabus.
maybe AFM. So, and also the
Fine.
30, 70 is there. So I can't target
Right.
more than.
Right. So I'm making it 48 on a realistic note.
Correct.
Okay. Now audit. You already at
Audit,
33.
audit 48.
48.
48.
Okay. So if we are getting this, we are almost there. Okay, let's do one more cycle. Now, where is that subject where you can score 3 more marks or 3 to 5 marks? Where is that paper? Let's start from IDT. Is there chance? Is there a chance that you can score slightly more?
Yes.
So let's look at 57, 2 marks more.
Okay.
DT,
DT also I'm comfortable. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes, like
I
more
think
than
10 marks
FR
can be
and
added, right? 38 is already there. You just have to add 10 marks. 48 can be done.
More than FR and SFM, I'm comfortable with DT and IDT only.
Yeah, that is fine. But in terms of the score, it's very different, right? Comfort is different from
Correct,
scores. So I'm
correct,
adding
correct.
10 marks here. So these are doable. More is
Yes,
fine,
yes,
but at least this should happen.
correct, correct.
Okay, done. This is one. This is two. This is how it is. Here, audit, I think 48 is decent because we can't, it's unpredictable. 48 is fine.
Yes, yes.
In SFM, 48 are slightly more,
50.
50. In FR,
FR maybe 45.
45. There, this is the market. Can we freeze this?
Yes, yes, you
Okay,
can.
perfect. Now, in terms of executing it, let me. This is how it is going to be, Akarsha. Okay.
Okay.
You're able to see the screen?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So we are starting today. The first step, which you can see here. So, Manloki, today is the onboarding call. Okay, day one.
Okay,
Now,
okay,
immediately you'll be starting with the bootcamp today itself.
okay.
So,
Any one subject, right?
yeah, any one subject. Right now, what is your state of mind? Do you want to fix group two first and then move to group one, or how are you looking at it?
Group two first, sir.
Okay, done. So, we'll start with IDT bootcamp.
DT and IDT. No, I'll go for group one first.
No, it need not be a random decision. You can think aloud. I can help you with that. Like, what is running in your mind?
Like DT and IDT, there are no much changes, right? Other than amendments and all.
Mm,
But
mm, mm,
FR and FR, basically, I am not conceptually strong. So I have to put more efforts on FR and
mm,
AFM as well.
mm,
So if I pick up that subjects first, then I can, matlab, the energy now is more because of the fail I
mm, mm, mm.
saw. So maybe if I pick up that subjects and even amendments and all, if it comes maybe in Feb end and that time, then I can pick up DT and IDT that time.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Makes sense. So this 5-day boot camp, it should be either FR or audit. We normally prefer audit. Or what subject do you want to start the boot camp?
Okay, I'll start with audit only.
Audit. Okay, we'll do this. Okay. Now this will happen, and then we'll spend 3 weeks, 21-day challenge. I think by that time you'll be relieved from your office.
Correct, correct. I
Yeah.
mean, basically from next week itself, but I think so the next week also like few hours, like 3-4 hours I should spend for my work, or else the remaining time I'll be free.
Perfect. Okay. So in terms of this, so if you look at the timelines, by February 12th, you will be in a position to, or probably February 15th, let's say February 15th, you'll be in a position to complete one cycle of all these three subjects. Okay. So your scores will move from the current, let's say, currently it's 44 plus 33, somewhere around 70s. You'll cross 100 by February 15th in group one.
Mm.
Fair enough?
Mm.
That is what is going to
Correct.
happen by February 15th. So day 30, this is what happens. So you'll be in a position to score 100 in group one. In group two, your score at that point is 60 plus 70, 170. So you'll be almost at 270 by the times.
Okay.
Okay. And then we'll quickly move to group two. With the same 21-day challenge, when I say 21-day challenge, we'll invest 1 week for IDT, 1 week for DT. The last week we'll divide between these two because one paper is done. So we'll do one cycle of DT, DT, IDT. In that cycle, we'll be crossing 45s in both the papers. Okay. So and then we'll write mock series here and here. So group one here, group two here. It will be done. So 2 months from now, which is March 10th, or March 15th, you would be in a position to cross 270, 280 with practical test series. Like you actually write that full-fledged exam. So you'll be in a position to 270, 280 by March 15th.
Okay.
And at that junction, we'll spend 5 more days for one of the papers. Like out of this 5 papers, you'll realize there is one paper which needs further attention. We'll do one more bootcamp exclusively for your PAN subject. Or let's say if both are in 37, 38, we'll do it for 2 together along simultaneously. But ideally, it will be 1 because there'll be only 1 week.
Based on the mock. Based on the mock test.
Mocks, yes. Based on both the mocks, yes. And finally, you'll go through the 50-hour challenge into 5 papers in your case, where you revise everything to add those last section of 5 to 6 marks there. So that's where we'll be hitting the month of April, 10th April, 12th. So this is what it is. And this is the perfect, I would say this is the best ever strategy which we were able to arrive after multiple attempts, especially when you have only 6 papers, or in your case 5 papers. It is very easy for us to do multiple cycles. Earlier this was not the case. We asked to complete everything because there are 8 papers, it's all loaded. And the other thing is you did not have 300 marks already. Now you already have 300. We're just trying to redistribute those marks.
Correct.
So we can look at it with reasonable certainty. And in terms of execution, there are 2 or 3 ways, Akarsha. One, you are already part of the online thing. Now, apart from that, if you're in Hyderabad, that's really good because you can choose hybrid also. Let's say you want to spend this 5 days with us in an offline mode, where you can lock yourself and stay at one of the HLS places and complete that bootcamp hybrid. Like you complete the bootcamp along with us, morning 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can completely do that. Or you can finish this mock test series along with us. There are a lot of options which you can utilize for more precise execution. Ideally, you don't need it, but if at all you need it, in terms of execution, because the planning part is completely sealed, execution support also you can utilize the next thing, because this is the first time which we are offering offline for other students, apart from the recommendations which we get from a very top level from Board of Studies or Examination Committee and certain students which come with high recommendations. We kind of have to maintain that because of the relationship part, professional relationship. Otherwise, our facilities are not open to any student. But this time, when we see that somebody is doing reasonably well, if this move, if they're staying with us for a few days, will help them clear for sure, will be open. So in that case, because I already got good feedback for you from the team, they were expecting you to clear in group 2 using IDT as your king subject. That was what has been briefed to me. So first group, I was not sure. First group, nobody said anything. But at least group 2, people are expecting you to clear. I believe you're also on the same page.
Yes.
So the reason why I'm talking about the offline mode also, because this time we are leaving no stone unturned. So you don't have to worry about anything. Okay. So this time we'll clear the 2 letters, because early in the morning, I had a call with CM Maitreya. So we went through a similar cycle in terms of what has to happen. So things are very clear now. Things are very clear and systematic. And once again, saying you already have 300 on the mark sheet. It's not like I'm saying that you'll get it. You already have it. Let's reallocate it. So this is how the schedule is going to be. And over and above this, we'll do more personalization whenever it is required. This is for you to get a complete framework in your mind so that you can think through this. But beyond this, you can let me know if you want to know more or know anything else.
For mock test series, I would like to attend, physically, sir.
Okay.
I don't want to write
Sitting at your home.
Like I have written last time I have written from my home, but this time I want to sit in a proper environment.
Okay, we'll do that for you.
And especially for FR and AFM.
Right. So let the boot camp be done, Akarsha. Like you can talk to Srinath, schedule an appointment sometime after January 26th or 7th, something around that. So towards the end of January, schedule an offline appointment. So at that point of time, we'll be able to understand what is actually happening. How are you coping up with your current routine and all of that? We'll see what can be done. But for now, get started with the boot camp and move on to the 1 week base camp. You know, if you feel like continuing audit, you can continue with audit. Else you'll.
Sorry,
I think.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. I lost you for a while. Yes. So Akarsha, you can get started with the boot camp.
Yes, yes. One thing, sir, like group two, I had the support of the mentors. So somewhere at least I could cross 30. I mean, DT, IDT, I crossed 30, and even SCMP now it's even though not there, like I was able to process. But group one, FR and AFM, I want the guidance, like uh, how to process that subject or something like that.
Yes. So what I'm suggesting you is finish the audit boot camp for 5 days or until you get relieved or something. It could be slightly extended for 3 more days, and then finish audit 1 week base camp. We'll give you what has to be
Okay.
done. So once it is done, once this 12 days or once audit is reasonably done, where you are in a position to score 45 plus, meet me once, meet us at the office, and then we'll decide what has to happen. At that point of time, come prepared with all your queries. Like this is what is happening. Get your books and everything. Probably will schedule a half day appointment so that it will be easy for you to get everything resolved. At that point of time, we'll take calls on what has to be done for each subject. So we'll decide the sources of learning also. Now one is the strategy, the other one is source. So let's treat the source of learning and let's mutually decide what model you want to adopt to maximize your chances. I would say you should operate at 90 to 100%, nothing less than that. When you're taking a break from your career and when you're giving it one more try, it should happen. So like, well, let's operate like that. And yeah, I think things look good. Things look good for this attempt, especially after what has happened. So I don't think we should worry a lot, Akarshan. Yeah.
I am not worried, but a little bit because it's a new attempt. So little bit scared also to write the papers again because it's the first time changing new syllabus. So, but
Akasha,
still,
when you're having that tag, I cannot allow you to say certain things because, we go to a new client. There is a lot of resistance. Like it's just like one more assignment. Look at it like that. Like when we spend 3 months in a particular assignment, it suddenly cut off, and then you have to go into new environment, new industry, everything new, and then we are giving aggressive targets, and most of the work will be done by you with very less power at this stage. So it's something which is not new to you. For others who have been forever sitting in a study room, it's different. It's something which is very well within your capacity. But what happens with the results is we take them very personally. Like especially on the within the 48 to 72 hours of result, it hits you hard. So don't look at things from the current emotional state of mind. Don't look at it from this emotional state of mind. Understand because you're mature enough. Because I could see that within the first couple of minutes, I realized that I don't have to talk anything about the result because you're mature enough. You're already looking fast
yeah, yeah,
forward.
but yeah, like 1, 2 days, but yesterday after your session, I was normalized after your session, and then I spoke to Srinath sir also yesterday about everything. Now I'm little bit normalized. I want to get it started as soon as possible. So the moment I got my result, the next day itself, I talked about my leaves and everything that I'm requesting them to leave me today. Yesterday also I spoke with them, but I don't think so.
That's
Little
okay,
bit
Akarsha. Don't because one thing which you have to understand is in a professional context, our personal things should not affect that. So the transition is important for both of you. Don't leave in a hurry. Take that 1 week because how you do one thing is how you do everything. It's going to be tough for someone who has to step into your shoes, right? So do that. That's okay because
correct,
nothing,
correct. Like
nothing changes. So make it
la-
a win-win always because next time when you go
last
back,
time.
yeah.
Last time only I've taken almost that was my first attempt. So they gave me from
Mm,
June something,
mm,
5 months leave. Then I went back. So they had in a position like already you took 5 months again. It's been only 2 months you came
right,
back. So
right.
at least stay for some time. But I'm still requesting them.
Mm.
So the HR policies are very different. So I can't force them also, but mostly like by next week, mostly I'll get relieved from that.
Yes, because we got this covered, Akash. The point is, it's not about 1 week, 1 day. So, see, as I mentioned in yesterday's session and also the previous session, you need to understand this particular component. So, now, as long as you have these things under your control for a period of 60, 70 days, will be done. Like all the 100 days, I cannot assure you. And you have to maintain this neither up and down. And most importantly, this particular component here. So, just stay here,
That's
nothing else.
correct.
Just stay here. Peaceful, optimistic, and anything which will reduce this. Let's say if this transition from work to studies it's not smooth, it will affect this. Okay, so even if something at the back end will affect this, so take a week. I'm suggesting you to take a week, do the transition smoothly, help them understand why you need that. So let's make it a win-win, because we should not dump our emotion from factor A into factor B. That is something which is very important, because the way you do this will also help you to start in a particular way. Because when you know that you have done it very smoothly, when you know that you have done it the right way, you'll realize that okay, I have changed. Something in me has changed. So when I could do this in my profession, I'm sure I'm going to continue this in my preparation also. So do it in the right way. And this time, don't worry, because we have moved to an ability where the expertise has moved to a level where I can operate like a open heart surgeon. And when I say that, when you have X amount of attention, importance onto something, you can solve very critical cases. Now yours is not even a critical case. It's just a question of how much probability at which you want to operate. Somebody wants 100% probability, we have solution. Somebody wants 90%, we have solution. We have solution for everything, because this is good. Everything has changed. So the best part is you're staying in the same city, like hardly 20-minute drive. I stay at high-tech city, so it's just 20 minutes. So your solutions are just 20 minutes away.
My
Just
office is also in high-tech city.
where is it?
I'm from EY, so
Achha,
high-tech.
you're not working out of client's place, is it?
No. It's
Okay,
IDT, so we hardly, I mean, only for
okay,
few
okay, okay.
client pitching and all will go. But Skyview 10, it's
Okay, Skyview. It's near
Skyview 10.
Bhuja, right?
Sorry?
It's beside Bhuja, my home Bhuja.
Yeah, my home was.
Yeah. I stay at Navadip.
You would actually, I saw you one time in my office. You have come for some ICA conference.
Yes. I did.
Akash Gupta has
Yes,
told me
yes.
that time.
Mm.
I attended for 15-20 minutes, but then I got a call from my seniors why I had to leave that
Right,
session.
right. So don't pick calls when you're in sessions, especially my thing.
No.
Cool, Akarsha. So,
Okay, sure.
so just see, what is one thing which I want to tell you is there are a lot of things which you have to fix and figure out. But in your mind, you should understand that okay, this is sorted. Like when you do that initial audit planning, what could go wrong, everything is fixed. You know that there's a lot of work for the next 3 months, but less things to worry about at the planning level. So you have a team, like we'll work like that. See, the way it is, we are working the process. We are more and more fine tuning it to the way we do it in Big Four. That is exactly how it is operating. And this time we are specifically looking to intake a lot of students from the Big Fours, because we realized if somebody has the ability to work for 10 hours in any context, it is very easy for us to transfer the 10-hour ability into studies.
Correct.
So that way, yes, it will be a breeze for you to transition into this 100-hour strategy. I would say 100-day strategy into 10 hours. So the 1,000 hours is equal to CA, Akarsha Govardhana. So that is exactly how we are going to do it next time. Cool.
Thank you so
All the
much.
best. All the best. Bye.